This is not politics as usual this year. Those of us that comprehend the critical state of affairs in this country and the state of affairs in the world, that comprehend that we do not currently live in a democracy, that comprehend that we do not have a government for the people, that we have a government for corporations and moneyed interests. It's Bernie or bust. This is a real thing. We're not letting this go. And I could give you an hour-long speech about why that is, but let me boil it down, maybe brief, and boil it down to its essential component. Climate change is a crisis. You can watch TV and rely on that for news, and they're going to tell you otherwise because they're owned by corporations. The same forces that corrupt our government and politics has corrupted our TV news media. Anyone that's online that knows the science, what's happening with the melting of the ice caps, the increase in temperature in the poles, the North Pole, it's happening. People are dying from it right now. India's in their worst drought in over 4 decades. You don't hear about that on the news, do you? And we cannot continue to elect politicians, corrupt politicians, who are in the game for money and power. That's what drove them there. They don't actually want to fix anything. This is all the game to them because they crave money and power, because they're psychopaths. CEOs are oftentimes psychopaths. Politicians are oftentimes psychopaths. They're not crazy serial killers. They're not even crazy. Their brain works differently. They're motivated by greed. Greed for power and money. And actually, you know, money is just power in paper form. They'll say anything to get it. They'll tell you whatever you want to hear to your face. And, you know, they're going to turn around and just do whatever, you know, whatever's going to advance their own fame, power, and money. We cannot have another president or more congressmen taking money from those special interests and expect they're ever going to do right by the people. If we don't fix our government, tackle climate change by stopping fracking totally, by getting off fossil fuels and investing in renewable energy, that's a future that we just don't want to be around for. Not to mention, this Bernie Sanders marched with Martin Luther King, was arrested in the 60s protesting segregation, voted against the Iraq War. He's the real deal. He's not a multi-millionaire. He's worth less than $1 million. Because he's not in politics for money and power. He's a real human being. Well, psychopaths are real human beings too. They're part of the human family. I don't want to demonize or vilify. They're not monsters, okay? Let's open up and accept them. There's room for them in society. But they're very dangerous in politics, and this is why the government doesn't do anything to protect us. Think of the Sandy Hook school shooting. Well, that's all for now. Have a good day.